Or are you nervous because it's windy? I never know with this thing. She's gotten into this habit of just standing and staring at me like I should know what she wants. Last night she did that for about 10 minutes before I said, do you want to go for a walk? And then she was all excited and I was like, oh, she was demanding a walk. And then she did it again at about 11. And I was like, what the hell do you want? She was sitting in the door and she wouldn't come into the sunroom. And I was like, well, there's no reason for you not to come in here. What's going on? And then she started looking over her shoulder to her mom and dad's room. She's like, I'm tired, bitch. I want to go to bed. So I brought her down and got set up in bed. And I was not, you guys know, I have a crazy sleep schedule. So I was like, I'm not tired at all. I'm in the middle of watching Critical Role. Set her up in bed and she fell asleep like a little baby. She says, 11 o'clock is too late for me. What are you doing? What? Like, she just stands there. What do you want? Are you hungry? You can't be. I fed you at like noon. What's going on? Are you hungry? Do you want your supper? Okay, let's go feed the dog. The consensus is she won't eat. I don't know what the hell's wrong with her. I don't know why you're staring at me. It's fine. Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer. You guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you do. Hi, hello. Welcome to another weekend vlog. Now she's staring at her own reflection. I don't understand this dog. You're 12 years old. Get your life together and eat. I think she's waiting for my parents to come home, which they're not coming home today. They're coming home Monday. Because she's staring out at the front like she expects them to come home, because it is like end of day work day time. So she expects them to come home. She's been fine all day. And now she's like, where are they? Anxious little bean. Anyways, welcome to the weekend vlog. This weekend I'm here with the child. I really have nothing else planned at all. So I was kind of thinking about what I could do this weekend that was interesting and fun and spicy for reading, because the books that I'm going to be reading are books that I'm featuring in my Friends Make My TBR video. So I'm not going to talk about them in these videos as well, so you don't hear them in two places, you know? But I'm also not writing anything right now. I am hopefully going to have my Saturday live stream tomorrow. Fingers crossed. But what am I going to be working on? I don't really know. Could work on Aramount Book 3, which I think is going to be the brainstorming kind of situation, trying to plot it out. I'm not like actively like, okay, we got to plot this out right now, because I'm in a little like a hiatus from creativity to like make myself not burn out. I might, because every once in a while, like this past week, I've gotten one or two little threads of intrigue. This week I've had a few moments of creativity where I've just been like gotten like an image or a scene or an idea about book 3, which is very exciting. Written them down, kind of worked on it for a bit, but not seriously been like working on it. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow, or maybe I won't even have a live stream. I don't know. Who's to say? Who's to say? We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. As for right now, I was thinking potentially doing a 24-hour readathon. I don't know when I'm going to officially start it, but the moment that I do officially start the readathon is when I will start the timer. I'm not going to do like a reading from like 10 to 10 kind of situation, because I would like to sleep. I would like to sleep partway through that. So I figured might as well do the 24-hour readathon version where you time it and you read for 24 hours cumulatively, so you can like stop and do other things as well, which is probably a smart idea. But otherwise, I have 4 books that I would love to get through this weekend, which is why I'm doing the 24-hour readathon, because all of them are for the My Friends Pick My TBR video, of which I have 9 books left to read, and it is currently July 14th. We are almost halfway through the month. I have not read very many books, so I need to get back on my game and read all these beautiful things. So first and foremost, we're gonna be reading The World We Make, which is for 2 vlogs. It's for both the My Friends Pick My TBR and the series vlog. So we'll definitely be reading this one first because it's next on the list. And then we also have Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. Le Guin, Redwall by Brian Jacques, which is a middle grade. And then we also have My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. It's a good mix of genre because we got fantasy and then contemporary and sci-fi, which is great, which, you know, should keep my brain interested. I have audiobooks for all of them except for Redwall. No, I did. I found an audiobook on YouTube, so I might listen to it on there. But it is middle grade, so it should go really quickly, and the font's pretty big. So I'm not worried about that. I figured why not do a little challenge with myself? And because I have such a weird sleeping schedule and I am with the child, I will be probably up until 2, 3 in the morning anyways reading. So who knows how fast this 24 hours of reading will go. I think the only hard time I have with reading is reading during the day, which is so funny. I was just watching a vlog today, a 24-hour reading vlog, which inspired me, from Larry Reads. Love her channel. I follow her on TikTok as well, but her 24-hour readathon just went up, and she said that she's just so much more alive at night, and that's same. I am so much more alive at night, and I struggle reading during the day. So I don't know why this dog is staring at me. She's staring at me so intently. What do you want? What do you want, baby girl? Come here. Let's get on the floor. Let's see what she wants. Come here. What's the matter? What's going on? What's going on? Come here. Oh my God. What's happening? Come here. You're in the way. Tell me. What's going on? I know you're waiting for them, but they're not coming home today. No. You're in for a rude awakening, my sweet girl. Is it because all the windows are open? Are you freaking out a little bit? It's not raining anymore. It's just windy. It's windy and gloomy. My anxious child. I wonder where she gets it from. Anyways, so this is going to be the reading vlog. I hope you're all ready. 24-hour reading vlog. I'll let you know when I start. But yeah, should be good. I wonder how many books I'll get through. And how often she'll just stand in frame. You're so silly. Yes, you are. We just went for a walkies. It was a good walkies, wasn't it? You had so much to say. How about you sit? Sit. Hey, focus. That's not sitting. It's slinking. Sit. Hey, good girl. You're 12 years old. You should be over this. You should be snoozing like a little lemon on the couch. Hey. You want to play? Okay, go see if you're going to be like this. Go see who's there. Sweet child of mine. But yeah, buckle in. It's going to be a fun time. Are we in the car? We're going for a heckin' car ride. Yeah, we're going for a heckin' car ride. We're gonna get a Starbucks. Yeah. Friends, I'm now back home from that random jaunt into the city. I say random because I wasn't planning on it, but the child became extremely anxious for no reason at all. She was doing a heckin' shake, a heckin' quiver. And I was like, literally, I don't know what to do. I've taken you for a walk, I've fed you, and you won't eat. What do you want? So I was like, you know what, we're gonna go for a car ride. So we did. And on the way home, she was taking a little snooze. So it worked, hopefully. Anyways, I went in with the idea to get food for myself, but when I drove up to the Wendy's, there was 20 cars in the parking lot in line. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not doing that. So I got a Starbucks instead. I'm trying their frozen lemonade refresher thing. It's unreal. It's so good. Now I'm home thinking of making a pizza. Is there even any pizzas in here? There is. Friggin' tastic. Solid. It's just a regular cheese pizza, but you can't go wrong. Also, I didn't bring one of my hair products with me, and I forgot that the shampoo and conditioner my parents have in the basement is awful. My hair looks like this now. Are you doing a heckin' roll? Are you doing a heckin' roll? She's so cute. Pizza for dinner. Hair is looking a little helmety. The child is less anxiety. And honestly, Don't we all wish that going for a car ride and being wrapped up in a little blankie and getting to see the Starbucks lady, she didn't get a pup cup because she has a very sensitive tummy. Don't we all wish that doing that would reduce our panic and anxiety? Don't we all? Anyways, I'm gonna enjoy this. Looks awful now, but when I got it, it looked really cool because it was all blended all the way down. Unreal. And I didn't realize it was going to be like pink. But fun facts about me. I'm allergic to red food dye. It gives me mega headaches, migraine, throwing up, all that wonderful stuff, of course. Now, whenever I have anything pink, even if it's all natural, like this is all like fruit juice and stuff, I have to be hyper aware that like a placebo effect is real because it's more orange than pink now that well, no, it's actually pretty pink, isn't it? Placebo effect is very real. I just have to be aware. I have to keep reminding myself that it's fine. It's all natural. It's okay. But yeah, when I was looking at the picture of the drink online, it was swirled yellow with like stripes of orange. So I was like, well, that'll be fine. But it's got like strawberry in it as well. And the strawberry's making it pink, obviously, which I just didn't think through. It's fine. It's gonna be great. And it's also really tasty. So love that for me. But yeah, I got my fuel. I'm gonna make some pizza. And then I'm going to start 24-hour readathon. Let's do it. It's gonna be good, my friends. I'm now inside. I have Puppet History on, the latest episode. And I got my earphone in. We're ready to go at 7:30, which is in just a few minutes. I'm gonna hit start and we're gonna start this 24-hour readathon. Hello friends, it is now 1:45 and I finished my book. First book of the 24-hour readathon is done and it was fucking great. Oh my god. I take slight issue with the ending. It was a little too rushed for me and I'm not a fan of the way that it was handled, which is very strange. I think that it should have been something else that it was like leading up to, but then wasn't. It's fine. It's fine. The way that it ended was totally fine. But I think it could have been more explosive if it had gone a different way. But I guess NK wasn't going for explosive, which is interesting. It's definitely interesting. And I will say, all that math shit went right over my head. I don't know if the sciencey math stuff that was in these books was real or not, but damn. All right, so that is 4 hours and 42 minutes read so far for this readathon. I think now, because my child is out like a friggin' light, I'm gonna go downstairs and possibly start another book. I have 3 others to go. I don't know whether I want to do, I don't know if I'm definitely not gonna do the Left Hand of Darkness. My brain is not prepared for that kind of brutalness. I also don't know if I want to do the fantasy because I kind of want to leave the fantasy for a cleanser after the contemporary. So I guess that just leaves me one option of starting the contemporary, which is the Elena Ferrante book. So maybe that one will be next. But yeah, I'm gonna gather my way downstairs. Bring my sweet sleepy bean with me. 24-hour readathon, 4 hours and 45 minutes in. I have a slight pressure headache, and I think that's just because I've been staring at the book for so long. So I'm gonna take a little break, walk around, clean, get ready for bed, and then jump into the Elena Ferrante and start reading again for like maybe an hour. I'm not sure. That sounds like a good plan, in my opinion. Anyways. All right, baby, are you ready to go for beds? Are you ready to go to bed? You look so done with today. Happy Saturday. I'm here. I have had a really slow day so far. I woke up with a migraine at like 9 when Bella wanted out. It was like one of those migraines that sits on this side of my head, which is not normal. Usually my migraines sit on this side. I was like, all right, let's see if I can just, take another Advil and lay back in bed and whatever. And by like 11:30, it still wasn't gone, but I figured I should get up and feed the child. And she still hasn't eaten because she's full of anxiety. Kind of start my day really slowly, so I haven't done, and I won't do my live stream today because I still have a headache. Things are just going really slowly. So I'm like listening to the audiobook for the book that I'm currently reading and kind of reading it along and just kind of moseying and doing my own thing. But yeah, it's not a bad headache anymore, but it was this morning when I woke up. So that's been my day so far. I showered, I have a coffee, so it is helping, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's been the day. I am halfway through My Brilliant Friend, or just about halfway through. The audiobook says I'm halfway through, but on my book it looks like I'm further than halfway through right now. Am I enjoying this? I don't know. It's not bad. It's fine. The narrative's okay. It's very literary fiction. It's very Bildungsroman, which aren't necessarily my favorite kind of books, but it's not bad. Like the writing is beautiful. It's translated from Italian, and all the time, like when they speak, when the narrator's talking about like either speaking in dialect or in Italian, I almost want to like find the Italian translation, even though I don't speak Italian, and see if I can like figure out what the difference is, because I don't know. I always find language interesting in books. I think I have an hour and a half, 2 hours left of the audiobook at this speed. So I'm gonna keep listening to it, and after this, I don't know what I'm gonna read. I might dive into Left Hand of Darkness because I'll be more awake than trying to read Left Hand of Darkness at the end. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so far we're doing pretty good. I don't know how many hours I'm reading for. Let me see what my timer says. 7. We've been 7 hours and 4 minutes so far. So that's pretty good. Hey, Belle? The child is anxious yet again. She's like a weather vane. I don't understand her. Yesterday she heard something when we were in the sunroom and it made her really anxious, so we had to come inside. I don't know what she heard. Maybe it was a truck, maybe it was construction or something. It sounded like thunder. I don't like it. But today she started freaking out for no reason and like pacing and won't sit down and panting and shaking, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, it's sunny outside, everything's fine. So I was like, fine, I'll close everything up and I'll take her for a walk. And I went to the bathroom, then I put the leash on her and walked outside, and it was pouring rain. And I was like, okay, so she's a weather vane. So she knows exactly when weather's gonna come because she doesn't like storms. The atmospheric pressures like mess her up and she gets so anxious because she knows they're coming. But now inside, she can't hear it as much. Now she's just hyper aware and staring. Just staring. Anxious little bean. That's been my day. I'm gonna get back to My Brilliant Friend for a bit, and probably later when it's not raining anymore, I'll take the dog for a walk. As for now, we're inside. Hello friends. It is officially 5:15. I have been reading for 9 hours and 20 minutes roughly, and I just finished My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. This one was a miss, which I'm very sad about, but honestly, I'm kind of bored. And as I say in my Friends Pick My TBR video, I don't really like Bildungsromans that much, I guess. This trope is just never one that interests me. I prefer books that have like a central idea other than just growing up. I found that our main character really had no characterization. She was kind of just empty, and she was very changeable, and I just didn't enjoy her as a character. Like, she didn't feel real. And I just don't think that Elena and Lila were friends at all. Like, they don't feel like friends, you know? Anyways. So that was done. I also have a suspicion that the 2 other books that I have for this readathon are not going to be enough for the 24 hours of reading in total, because I'm at 9 hours and 20 minutes right now. I'm not even halfway through, and I only have 2 books left to go, and one of them's a middle grade, so they're gonna go quick. So what I'm gonna do is, I think right now I'm gonna go grab my keys and I'll take the child with me. We'll go on a little adventure, because I also have a package sitting on my balcony right now at home. Drive home, go get that, go swap out books, and grab another one for this readathon. But that's what's happening. That's what's going on. I mean, it was fine. The writing was beautiful. It was fine. It's just, I was bored and really nothing happened. So that's another book finished. I've been reading for 9 hours and 20 minutes. The headache is finally kind of subsided. I just am so tired. So I think maybe going on a little adventure will be good, and then come home and make some dinner. That's the plan. Back home now. Ran out Did a little jaunt. Also realized that I was outside that my headache has not gone away. It just hides when I'm not up and doing things. But yeah, so I went and got 2 different books. I got Hellbent, which is on my friend's pick, my TBR. And I also got this library book because I was also kind of feeling a little bit of romance, so I have a little bit of an option now. The next one that I'm gonna be picking up is The Left Hand of Darkness. For now though, taking a mini break, making dinner. It's raining. So she's freaking out, of course. I'm tired of going inside. But it's also sunny out. So we do have a lovely rainbow. Hello, my friends. I'm clocking in at hour 11 of reading for this weekend. It just rained for 30 seconds, so my dog is now panicking, of course, even though it's like bright and sunny out. We had a rainbow over there. I am halfway through The Left Hand of Darkness. I have no idea what's happening. This book is written in a completely incomprehensible way to me. I don't understand. I have the audiobook going and I'm paying attention to the page. I could not tell you what's happening other than what the summary says on the back. Truly. Do I know what's happening? No. Am I enjoying myself? Also no. I'm not having a good time with this book. I don't know what's happening. And I know this is supposed to be about like gender and like the fact that our character, don't know his name, our like POV has been introduced by 3 different names at this point. I don't know what's going on. He's an envoy on this freaking planet. I don't know. And he's going around doing something. Couldn't tell you what, but he's gendering everyone he's seeing as he, even though he's made it clear that like some of the people he's looking at are very effeminate or very like live and have like higher voices, which are typically in the view of this person as a feminine trait. And yet he genders everyone with he. And yet this like society keeps thinking that he's the weird one because he's obviously just a man from Earth or whatever. And he's like, everyone's so weird here, but they're all men because that's my perception. And I don't know. I understand that this was like it was written in the 60s. So I'm gonna have to go look up reviews just to see if I'm the only one who's extremely confused, but I'm not having a good time with The Left Hand of Darkness. How are you? You come inside, you're a little better now? Any better? Are you any better? Sweet pea. Hey. I don't know what this child, sweet child of mine, ain't nobody knows, but anyways. That's the vibe, that's what's going on. I guess I gotta get back to it because at least the audiobook's short at the speed that I'm listening to it at. So that's what's happening. Just thought I'd update you halfway through. We're rounding out on hour 14. We have like, just checked my watch, 13 hours and 59 minutes, so right about 14 hours. And I'm about 54 pages into Redwall by Brian Jack. And the whiplash from going from The Left Hand of Darkness, which I was having such a hard time with, really didn't like that book, to this glorious little sweet little middle grade is unreal. I'm so cozy in bed now. And the baby's over there. Like a little donut. Hey, Belle? Yeah? She's just a little donut. But I'm having a grand old time. I ended up getting the audiobook for it through Audible because I was trying to read it without any audiobooks. Because the one I found on YouTube, you could only speed it up so far. And it just wasn't doing it for me. Because it still sounded like he was just at talking speed. And I can read faster than talking speed. So I was like, okay, might as well just bite the bullet get it on Audible, so I did. And it's a full cast audiobook. It's very delightful and I'm thriving. I don't think I've never read a book that has like animal POV like this. Like this is an entirely animal world, right? Because mice and rats and stuff. I don't know. I literally know nothing about Redwall. My friend who picked it, Alexander, he he was telling me, he's like, what do you mean you've never, I can't believe you've never read Redwall. And also like, it was my childhood and there was like a show and everything. And I was like, what do you mean there's a show? So apparently I missed out on some really fun childhood memories with Redwall, but I literally had never heard of it until I saw, I think Meg from Meg's Tea Room mention it as like a possible cozy fantasy, or like cozy adjacent at least, because a lot of like the older fantasy middle grade books can kind of fall into that because they're just a little gently silly and the stakes might be kind of high, but they're kind of cute. But yeah, so far it's very cute. I'm thriving. It's definitely younger middle grade. It's not the middle grade age range that I like to read. Like I prefer reading 12, 13 years old or 11, like 10, 11, 12, around there. Like Percy Jackson age and a lot of the Rick Riordan Presents books and stuff. I like reading that age because it's still like, it's still magical and fun and wondrous, but it does have like the teeth coming in for like kind of the step into young adult, you know. It's a perfect little place to be, but this is definitely adorable and fun and I'm thriving. But the whiplash of reading this after Left Out of Darkness is a lot. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna see if I can polish it off tonight. I don't think I will be able to because the audiobook, because it's full cast, it's really hard to listen to at the normal speed that I do. I'm still listening to it at like 2.5 speed, but I think right now it says I have like 3.5 hours left and it is currently just after midnight. So and I'm tired because I've had a headache all day. So who knows how far I'll get, but definitely going to be reading this and then wrapping it. What a good time. Yeah, we've hit hour 14 of reading. So we're over the halfway mark. We still have 10 hours to go. Should be good. Friends, it is now hour 17 and a half and I just finished Redwall. I was crying at the end of it and I still sound like I'm crying. I'm not anymore. My nose is just really stuffed now. That was so sweet. Oh my god. What a book. I didn't expect it to get me like that, but it did. And honestly, one of the most violent middle grades I've ever read, but it was so sweet. So good, and like I can't wait to read that to my kids. Kind of a good, like that was genuinely so good. Anyways, yeah, I've been reading for 17 and a half hours straight. Oh, happy freaking Sunday. I didn't even say that. Bella and I are kind of just chilling on the couch. She's right out and I'm currently dealing with a runny nose because I was crying. Like a genuinely good, like happy tear. It was a good time. I think I only have 2 options now of books to go into because I'm officially done those 4 books that I had started this readathon with. And I have 6.5 hours left, I think. I don't know how to do math. I could be wrong, but I have a little while to go. I could do the romance, The Falling Hard for the Royal Guard. I could give that a try. I haven't heard many good things about it, but I've been following the author on TikTok for a long time because she lives in, Megan Clausen lives in the Tower of London, which is kind of cool. I don't know if this will do it for me. Am I even in the mood for a romance? I'm not sure, but I might try it. I have the audiobook as well, so I might try a bit of it and just see if I can get a chunk done just for a little bit of a palate cleanser. And then I'm gonna dive into the other one that I have, Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. So it's about 5 minutes after 4. I'm gonna read for another hour and a half before I start thinking about supper. So far it's been good. Hello friends. I am now just over halfway through Falling Hard for the Royal Guard. I wasn't expecting to like this one as much as I am, but I put it on and I've been listening to the audiobook and it sucked me in. I kind of got up and did a couple things and like showered, made dinner, all that kind of stuff. It completely sucked me in. And now I think I'm rounding out on my 20 hours of reading in 1946. Look at that. I thought I'd come in and give you an update on this book because this is the one book I can actually talk about in this video. Properly. It's definitely a little slower than I wanted it to be. And there's a few things that I'm just not pleased with, mainly because our main character, it bothers me so much when women are so down on themselves and are always like, oh, this man could never love me because look at me, I'm such a mess. Or like, look at me, I could never. It drives me crazy. It honestly does. It drives me bananas that women are like this in a lot of books. But other than that, I am enjoying it. I'm loving the very like thick Londonness about it, because it is the girls living in the Tower of London, right? So that's very fun. But it also feels to me like it's an incredibly self-insert novel for the author, because I follow her on TikTok, so I know who she is, I know what she looks like, and I know that she also fell in love with a royal guard. So I feel like this was just her writing a self-insert romance novel, which good for her. But it's always a little bit strange reading a novel written by someone that you're like, oh, I can see you in this so much. You know what I mean? But other than that, it's fine. I'm enjoying it. But we are over halfway, and there's not really even a strong like romance yet. Like, it's slow. Like, she's obviously into this Freddie guy, and Freddie's obviously into her but has issues and keeps walking away at the most opportune moments. But I am really liking his friends that he's with there, the other royal guards. I think they're so fun, and I love the scene where she's in the kind of secret guard area with them, having like a straight up party, and they're just like trying to help her with her Tinder profile. I love that so much. But I think it's a slight touch too long so far, because like I want it to get to the more interesting stuff. I want Freddie to be on the page more. I want them to have more moments together. So I would almost like, there's so much of like Maggie and her life, which is really great, and I'm learning a lot about the Tower of London and being in London. It's making me just want to go to London more and more and more. I feel like there's too much going on. I almost wish like the Tinder thing wasn't part of this. It's basically introduced another plot line about halfway through the book, where the boys that she's friends with now through Freddie are like, I bet you 5 dates. Go on 5 dates with these Tinder people, and I bet you'll find someone. And she just went on a date and was catfished and had to crawl out of a bathroom and ripped her dress and all this kind of stuff, which, ooh, the cringe. I felt so bad for her, because like, she is, also this main character is so real, because like she's talking about the anxiety that she's feeling before going on dates, and she's like, I don't understand it. Everyone goes on dates all the time. Everyone's on these apps, just like me. Like, I don't understand why it's so hard for me. And I'm like, what a freaking mood. Dating sucks. I hate dating so much. I just wish it was just like, you could just jump into the place you want to be in the relationship. The beginning of a relationship sucks so much. Oh my God. It's just, it's so much anxiety, and for what, you know? But yeah, so that's unreal. But yeah, I'm enjoying myself. It's a good read, and it is going pretty quickly, even though it is like slightly a little bit too long to get to the romancy bits, but I'm excited to see what happens in this part. Rounding out the last quarter hour here to the 20-hour mark. Come on, watch. There we go. I think I have maybe 2 hours left of this, and then whatever time left I have in the readathon, I will start with Hellbent. But what a good day. It's been a good day. And I feel better. No migraine today. Love that for me, even though I had an abysmal sleep. The bed downstairs hurts so much, and I think that's what caused my migraine yesterday, because I slept wrong, and it hurts my neck and my back so much. So only one more night that I get to go home to my bed again. Dinner's been had. Book is almost, over halfway done. Enjoying myself. Loving this little break from intensity. And then we're gonna dive into Hellbent in a bit. What is it about romance books that just get you? Maybe it's because I'm so painfully single. Maybe that's what it is. But they get me every time. The happy cries. God damn it. Done falling hard for the Royal Guard. And that was genuinely a pleasure to read. It's not perfect. It's too long. It took too long to get to like the good parts, to like, it laid out too much of a story before then the actual story kind of started. There's too much going on, too many plot devices tried to be used. Like, we had, of course, the Tinder thing that started halfway through, which would have been a really cute book all on its own, but it started halfway through. And like, she met the Royal Guard guy, Freddie, way before, and he like saved her from her awful ex who's low-key stalking her. And like, that was a good enough start on its own, but I wish it had just gotten to it had just removed the ex from the equation. It had just gotten to Freddie and his friends, and then the weird Tinder date, and then him being like, will you be my last date? Like you expect it to be. And then of course there's like the wrenches that are thrown in at the end of all ends. Like, we had like 3 different darkest moments, and I swear to God there was too many. There's too many things going on. And I will say, like, the self-deprecation was too much for me. She did not like herself at all and didn't really learn by the end of it, but it's so good. What the hell? The romance was so cute. I wanted more of it, but like the story was good. Like it genuinely felt like I was following someone who was walking around the Tower of London. Like that's so cool. What a cool concept. Oh my God. That brings us to, I don't know what that brings us to. Let me check my watch here. Hold on. Hour 22 almost. We were hour 21 and 49 minutes in. 3 hours left of this 24-hour readathon. I have read so many books, y'all. Oh my God, how many books have I read? City We Became, My Brilliant Friend, Left Hand of Darkness, Red Wall, and 5. 5 so far. That ending got me. It really did. Cause like, we're gonna get personal for a second, friends. We're gonna do it. I'm 25 years old. I'm gonna be turning 26 this year. I have never dated anyone in my life. I've had almosts, and I've had like a month of the purest happiness that I thought was gonna be something, but it ended up not being anything. And I, you know, it hurts being no one's first choice. And my friends, they're all wonderful, and they always try to say like, oh, like you say like no one liked you and whatever, but like we can name so many people who've liked you and you just didn't like them back. And I'm like, well, obviously like it's taste at this point, right? Like who am I into? But it doesn't feel real when someone likes you, when you've not been liked your whole life. So reading a book like this with a character who feels like that, it hits a little too close to home. Oh no, I shouldn't be doing this update literally once I'm done reading the book. I'm fine, I'm good, it's fine. But yeah, the ending got me because it brought in a lot of that. Anyways, I haven't cried reading a book in months, y'all. This is... Who knew it would be a romance book to get me? Not even that good of a romance book. What the fuck is wrong with me? There was no... Like, they literally got together on the very last page. No, last, like, chapter or whatever. They went through so much to not even have, like, a kiss on page, except for the most dramatic at the end, which was so cute. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm looking like such a fool. But I know there's some of you out there, namely my friend Sophia, who likes watching me cry. So this is for you, babe. Anyways, I'm gonna get a Kleenex and clean myself up and hang out for a few minutes before I start the last 3 hours of this readathon reading Hellbent. I'm not gonna finish in 3 hours, I can guarantee you that, because it's a chunky boy, but I'm gonna start it at least. Oh. Like that, my friends, 24-hour readathon is done. I feel my brain is kind of done. I think this is the 6th book that I've read for this. I'm 115 pages into the 6th book that I'm reading for this readathon, and it's very good so far. I did have to watch 2 different recap videos for Ninth House before I started reading because I could not remember a damn thing about it. And even after watching one of the recap videos, I was like, that doesn't sound familiar at all. I need another one. Almost to the point where I was like, do I just not read this book today? Do I just go home and get Ninth House and reread Ninth House to go into this? Because I don't remember a thing about Ninth House. And I think I'll be fine. I mean, I'm 115 pages into it, and since watching those 2 recap videos that were fairly well detailed, I feel like I remember where I am. I don't really remember very well because it was like 2019 when I read Ninth House for the first time. It's been a hot second, but Hellbent is fun. So far, it's okay. 150 pages in. I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna finish this chapter to end on a chapter, but 6 books. 5 books done, plus 115 pages for a 6th book. Tomorrow's home time, which is great. Bella is gonna have her parents back, and I will also have my parents back tomorrow by probably around noon. 24-hour readathon done. I'm gonna finish this chapter, and then I'm just gonna turn my brain off and watch some content, because I think I'm a little burnt out of reading. I will say, I'm glad that each of the books that I had for this readathon were a different genre, because, and I'm glad that I moved from genre to genre to genre with each book. Like, I didn't stay all in like fantasy and then sci-fi grouped together. The fact that I bounced around was good for my brain. It was a good way to do it, I think. If I was doing another 24-hour readathon, which I think I will do every so often when I have a weekend of nothing, I think I might try that, or at least like a 12-hour readathon where I do the timer thing of cumulative reading over the weekend, make sure I get like 12 hours of reading in. If I was doing that with like Priory or A Day of Fallen Night, could I get through that book in 12 hours? I think I could. Possibly. I don't know how long those audiobooks are. Tricks of the trade. Swap your genres around. Don't do this very often. Definitely do the timer method rather than in one stretch method, because I can't even imagine how tired my brain would be if I tried to do this top to bottom, like start at midnight and go to next midnight kind of a thing without sleeping. I would be a zombie. I would not be alive, because even with the 24 hours of cumulative over these past few days, I, like Friday, Saturday, and today, Sunday, all I've really done is read and then take care of my dog. So I don't know how well that would function if I also had like writing balanced into it, you know? And yesterday I did have a migraine. I am happy with the reading that I've done this weekend. Extremely happy. I'm ahead of the game now with the books for July and also my July TBR. I was trying to think of the books that I have left on my July TBR, and it's Hellbent to finish this one. And then it's the Hank Green sequel, it's the Sam Hawke sequel, and then I think it's the Foreign Vampire Support Group and Detransition Baby. I think I have 4 more, including Hellbent. So 5 to polish. So fingers crossed that I can do that this week and next weekend, because God, I just want to get to some of the books that I really want to read. I'm glad that I could sneak Falling Hard for the Royal Guard in there though, because that was a genuine, like, it was a good little palate cleanser from the fantasies and sci-fis that I've been reading constantly, you know. You guys know all I do is read in sci-fi and fantasy, so having that one random little romance in there was fun. Was definitely a really fun time. I'm rambling now because I'm tired. I'm gonna finish this chapter of Hellbent, but I'm gonna talk to you guys tomorrow once I'm home to settle and finish this vlog. Hello my lovely friends, happy Monday. We are back home. We're cozy, we're good. I am currently in the middle of editing this vlog, so if you hear my computer freaking out, that's why. But I wanted to pop in and officially close us out. Oh, what a weekend, my friends. I will rapid fire go through the books that I did read and their ratings, because I've officially thrown them through Compile. We had a big old range of ratings, my friends. I also calculated how many pages I read this weekend, and my friends, it was 1,863 pages. Yeah, I don't know how I read that much either, honestly. Anyways, okay. Ratings. So for the World We Make, I gave 4.5 stars. Amazing. My Brilliant Friend, I gave 2.5 stars. The Left Hand of Darkness, 2 stars. Redwall, 4 stars. And Falling Hard for the Royal Guard, 3.5. So definitely a really productive weekend, and I'm so glad I was able to just carve through so many different books in such a quick time, you know? It was definitely a good choice on my part, even though now I'm feeling a little burnt out on reading, but in the way of like not as burnt out as I could be. I was trying to explain it in one of the last clips there, where I was talking about how like reading so many different things and jumping genres was a really good choice, and it was. Because if I had stayed all in the fantasy genre, for example, I would have 100% been so burnt out of reading. But having these little jumps and palate cleansers was a really good idea. And also doing it with a timer was a really good idea, because then I could take breaks and stop reading, stop the timer, essentially, and do other things. Not that I did much else this weekend, but I was hanging out with my dog and I slept. So, good things. Anyways, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me this weekend. Let me know down below if you've read any of the books that I talked about in this video, or if you've done a reading challenge like this, because I would love to know. And I'll catch you in another one very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.